channel.
Hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it, man?
The beatdown! Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Beatdown, the segment and channel where two worlds collide. I am your host, Class. This is my co-host,
Mr. J. What's going on, guys? We have another one for you. Now, this one's going to be a little interesting, so you're going to want to go on the bottom, click the like button, subscribe, so you get all the notifications, share, and always comment.
So a shout out to Clemson, I believe. I'm sorry, I'll put your name right here on the comment. He recommended this to us, so thank you for recommending this to us. And the team is bringing it to you. So I'm gonna start things off by representing DC Comics Bane and Deathstroke. Okay, so we're not clear about this matchup. It's gonna be a tag team match. This is a special edition one because we usually do individual fights and all that, but this one was recommended to us, so we're gonna do it. But this one's not going to be the ordinary one. We're going to talk about brief origins because we would have to talk about two different brief origins, two different separate powers, abilities, and feats. We're just going to speculate that you guys know who these characters are in their own right. But in case you guys don't know some of their feats, we're just going to add a little bit of little layer on that. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Bane, for example. Actually, no, I'm going to start off with Deathstroke. Okay, Deathstroke has a god-killer weapon that was able to help him hold his own against Superman and Wonder Woman. Okay, Deathstroke, and this is an interesting feat, got stabbed in the chest by Hawkman and fell several stories and was confirmed dead and still came back from the dead. Now, Bane, now this is kind of crazy, took 480 bricks thrown to his body and kept enduring it. Guy is insane. And didn't cry about it at all. I mean, that's crazy. And Bane is known in the New 52 to be able to lift 15 tons. Yeah, that is crazy strong. All right, so we're just going to get into how this would play out endgame, I guess, in this way. So let's start off with the Bullseye and Taskmaster. Both very skilled fighters in their own right. That is a given, for sure. That being said, Deathstroke was told by Sandra Kane as one of the most complicated technique fighters out there. So I do believe that Deathstroke would be able to give Taskmaster a run for his money. Another thing to consider is, yes, they're both very skilled, but they're not super strong like Bane. I mean, at the end of the day, that extra muscle, besides not only being able to fight in technique style, which Bane can, he's been able to throw down with Batman. He even broke Batman's spine at one point in the comics. So remember, that guy is no small potatoes. So technique fighting style plus his strength, and he's super intellectual. I do believe those combinations are the perfect super soldier, I guess, in this way. So with Deathstroke having that in his corner, plus the fact that Deathstroke can heal, it's another added bonus to them. Like, they're both kind of an unstoppable force. You got Muscle that can throw all these giant objects at these guys, and if they would have to keep dodging, they couldn't stay in one place to focus. They couldn't get that one clear shot if they wanted to. Another thing is to consider is that Deathstroke has that suit that is completely capable of taking hits from Green Lantern's blast or from Wonder Woman. So I do believe any kind of bullets wouldn't be able to really penetrate it. Maybe a very strong specific metal, but as far as bullet-wise, I don't believe it's going to be able to penetrate Deathstroke's body, especially as long as he has that armor on him. Another thing to consider is that if Deathstroke decided, the one thing I think he would only need, if Deathstroke wanted to go solo and didn't even want Bane in his corner in this fight, he just wanted to go one-on-one or a few rounds with those two, all he has to do is pull out the God Killer swords. These things are able to take on Wonder Woman and Superman. So yeah, those characters are probably a lot more stronger than Bullseye and Taskmaster. If one blow gets hit on them, it's over for these guys. I do believe Deathstroke is capable of fighting those type of people if he needed to. And again, Bane, like, getting Bane in your corner is the ultimate muscle, you know, because at one point, if he gets a grip out of one of these guys, he could choke him to death. Taskmaster, for sure, he could do that. Taskmaster is not known for any super, I mean, yes, has some like superhuman ideology of abilities, but is not completely like There's no super soldier serum. There's no like super enhanced powers added into Taskmaster. Taskmaster is just very skilled at imitating and mimicking fight styles techniques. So I do believe that Bane at some point could get a hold and then just crack the neck, or just throw a car at Taskmaster and probably be over. Like, I mean, or a truck. I mean, because Bane can do that. All right, so another two factors I want to make is that Bullseye is an excellent marksman. So is Deathstroke. I think the guns are not gonna do anything between the two. They're both excellent killers, excellent shooters. So I don't believe the bullets are really gonna be the way they're gonna really take anybody out. They might be able to take Bane or Taskmaster out, but ultimately, if they wanted to shoot each other out, they wouldn't be able to because they're both pretty excellent skilled fighters in that way. But let's say it gets into it would probably lead up to a hand-to-hand combat or a sword fighting situation. Deathstroke has a God Killer sword, or he has a Promethean sword. I do believe that Bullseye has a much more stronger material sword than Deathstroke has, but I'm going to hold to the fact that he might not have it. So let's just keep in mind that Deathstroke hand-to-hand is a pretty skilled fighter, so it would be a complicated fight there. But ultimately, this, I think, would be the strategy. Bane is a smart guy, so I think ultimately he'd be like, yo, let's get rid of one of these guys, okay? We get rid of one, then we just got to deal with one of them. Sounds right? All right, let's do that. Let's get rid of the weakest link, Taskmaster, because Taskmaster is no ultimate level character. But once you get rid of him, now you got Bullseye. Now, I do believe Bullseye is well skilled enough to hold his own against two. No doubt. But it's going to give. Eventually, I mean, Bullseye is going to get tired. There's two. One's giant steroid out, and the other one can never get killed easily. You would have to shoot him a million times and rip his heart out before you kill him. So having those two to have to face off on your own with no teammate in your corner, I do believe ultimately will leave Bane and Deathstroke victorious.
Okay. And as he's already mentioned, my team for today, thank you. Who's playing?
It's Clemson.
Clemson. All right. So I am going to be using Bullseye and Taskmaster. Now, yes, as he's mentioned, these guys don't have any like really super impressive feats as far as strength. But the 3 feats that I can give you from Bullseye, you're gonna ask yourself, what he said? Watch. He knocked out Daredevil by throwing a cardboard paper airplane. Yeah, I did say that. One little impressive feat I wanna mention: his bones are laced with adamantium. So that will come into factor, as you know. Anyway, another one that he has, and I just thought this one was really cool, was he was able to stop the Punisher's grenade from detonating by taking a toothpick and throwing it into the pinhole.
Yep. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Like at the moment it was about to blow up or about to set off, he just goes. But think about how like incredibly small that is, and to be able to in midair aim enough to hit that hole. That's like, wow.
Yeah. Wow. Exactly. So now going into Taskmaster, as he's already mentioned, one little. I don't know if it's a superhuman ability, but he does, or if it's a mutant thing, but he does have pretty much the ability to mimic anything, movement based off of just merely watching. So he can, break down your whole fighting style. Anyway, he analyzes fighting styles, seconds, and counters just as fast as Captain America. So, I mean, just kind of breaking that down in itself, you really have to think about that. Captain America is a super soldier, and he's able to pretty much do the same thing mentally he can at the same level. He can catch a bullet, and he can fight with his eyes closed.
Wow. That's crazy.
Right. So, going into the end game, they're going to have to obviously they're gonna have to fight dirty, and they're gonna have to like sucker punch the two, and they're just gonna have to try to weaken Bane from the get-go. So with Bullseye's abilities, I do believe he can take some type of ninja star or something and throw it and kind of cut the tube that connects the venom for Bane, because Bane's greatest strength is also his greatest weakness. Once he loses the venom, you know, he's kind of weakened, at least for a sense, at least from the way he was originally in the comics. I don't know if they juiced him up to where I know they made it to where he doesn't need it, but then he became dependent on that, and it's a whole circle.
Okay.
So, weaken Bane from the get-go by using Bullseye, and then the two of them, I mean, Bullseye's gonna have to strike both of them at the same time, just quickly, and he's gonna have to fight dirty. So cut Bane's venom tube and blind Bullseye, and Deathstroke in his only good eye, because he does only have one eye. So just kind of take a little some type of sharp object and just kind of hit him in the eye real quick. And while he's blinded, Taskmaster goes over, fights Deathstroke. And given that, you know, he does have that super ability to mimic and everything, I do believe, especially in a blind condition, he'll be able to kill Deathstroke. And then the two of them team up on Bane and then just finish him off from there.
Okay. Well, as always, though, Chris fam, it's not up to me. It's not up to my boy here. It's up to you guys. So, if you guys like my argument, you know what you can do? You can hashtag Bane and you can hashtag Deathstroke. Yeah. Okay, let's go with that. And if you like my boy's argument, what can you do, brother?
All right. If you like my argument, you can hashtag Taskmaster or hashtag Bullseye.
All right, and as always, though, Press fam, we really appreciate you guys. Catch you guys later.